Thing from Maximum PC here at E3 2014. I'm here at Razer's booth, and they've introduced a wide variety of different colored Kraken Pro headsets. And here to tell me more about them is Razer CEO Ming. And Min, can you sort of walk us through the different color choices and that we have here? It's very almost pastel.
Well, absolutely. So the Razer Kraken Pro is one of the most popular headsets in the world for gamers at this point of time. You see pro gamers using them, you see hardcore gamers, casual gamers using the Razer Kraken Pros. But one of the most distinctive things about the Razer Kraken Pro is the black and the green that many of the gamers have come to associate with Razer. Now, one of the things that we've done to kind of take this a little bit of a step further is to provide a full slew of neon colors. And we've spent a lot of time making sure that we get the right neons in terms of this. So with the yellows, we've got the oranges, blues, pinks, and the reds. Essentially, it's now a full suite of different colors for the gamer who might want to take things a little bit further with the Razer Kraken Pros.
Cool, and this is identical to the previous Razer Kraken Pros?
Absolutely. So this is exactly identical from a technical perspective, but from a colors perspective, it's a step further.
Gotcha. And are these headphones made for gaming, or are they for music? Would you say they're
primarily made for gaming? So everything from positional audio, and I think in terms of tuning it, the drivers that we've used, it's specifically used for gaming.
Cool. And do you have the price and release date for these?
Absolutely. So it's $89.99, and we're shipping really shortly.
Cool. And also, I noticed that you're wearing something on your wrist that you've been working on for some time, the Razer Nabu. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. So the Razer Nabu is probably one of the most eagerly anticipated wearables at this point of time. We announced it first at CES, and it won the best of CES. So it swept the world by storm. There's been a lot of excitement about it. So the big announcement that we have at E3 at this point of time, so it's a little further from me, so it's not connecting right now, but the big announcement that we have at E3 right now is that, number one, the developer units are shipping. So to qualified developers from iOS or Android platforms, they're shipping today. And the SDKs are also available at our website. So that's the first big announcement that we have. The second announcement is that for non-developers and Razer fans who want to kind of participate in providing feedback just before we kind of head to retail, we're picking 500 hardcore Razer fans who will be able to participate in the beta program for the Razer Nabu. You can sign up at razerzone.com. We will announce the 500, we'll pick them in the next couple of days and ship to them in about 30 days.
Cool, and also can you talk about the functionality of it? There's so many different health monitors out there. Sure. You know, what makes yours different? What makes yours for the gaming crowd?
Sure. So essentially today for the wearables, you basically see two different main categories of stuff for the wrist. You've got the smart watches that pretty much stream notifications from your phone to your wrist, and then you've got the fitness bands on the other end of the spectrum that do all the health tracking and steps taken and stuff like that on a daily basis. What the Nabu is, it's not a smartwatch, it's not a fitness band, it's what we call a smart band. It combines the best of a smartwatch and the fitness band all in a really tiny compact form factor. So what this does essentially is, it streams everything from your iOS or your Android phone to your wrist, anything that appears on your screen in terms of like WhatsApp messages coming in, notifications, etc. It's all going to be out of the box, streamed across to your wrist. So that's the notifications portion. Secondly, it's got everything that a fitness band has and more. Essentially, it'll allow you to track everything from the steps that you've taken to distance, the calories that you've burnt today, and minutes that you've been active for the day, pretty much. So everything a fitness band has, the Nabu has. Now the third thing that the Nabu has is something kind of special. This is probably truly the world's first social wearable. If you've got a Nabu band, I've got a Nabu band, if we shake hands, boom, we could be transferring contacts and contact information. And all of this, and the most exciting thing is all of this is on an open platform that any developer can pretty much develop on. So if you've got an existing app, you can kind of extend your app to take advantage of the tracking metrics that the Nabu provides to you, or you could pretty much say, hey, I want to develop a brand new app just for the Nabu. So we're looking at things like gamification, reality. You're looking at games that are pretty much brought to real life. So that's what the Nabu pretty much can do for game developers and developers out there.
Gotcha. And do you guys have a price and release date set?
Absolutely. So developers can get the Nabu right now today at $49.99. For the beta units, we're shipping them out at just $1. But for retail, we're going to be shipping these at less than $100. And that's going to come pretty soon after the beta closes.
Cool. All right. Thank you, man.
Thank you very much.
Actually, I had one more question.
Sure.
We had, over the past couple of months, we've seen talks of the Project Christine on and off.
Sure.
Can you sort of tell us where you guys are with that project?
Absolutely. So essentially our entire design and engineering team is really hyper-focused on bringing Christine to market. However, I think one of the biggest challenges for us is really making sure that we get most of the major OEMs together with us, because we believe Project Christine is more an industry-wide initiative that has to be done. It's not just Razer creating our own kind of pace and standard. If that's the case, we might just do our own Christine and close it off instead of making it open. So what we're really doing right now is discussing this with some of the major OEMs and hoping to push Christine as a standard so that you've got a modular system where you can kind of swap in a Razer part, or you could get something from another brand anytime, anywhere. So it's still in the works. Don't hold your breath, but it's in the works at this point of time.
I think I reported on this, I think, at CES.
Yes.
And a lot of the feedback was it looks really interesting and it looks really promising, but there were also a lot of naysayers saying it was a publicity stunt, essentially. What do you have to say to those people?
Well, when we did the Blade, lots of people said that it's not going to work. Nobody wants thin, powerful laptops. That was 3 years ago. Look at where we are today. Gaming mice, when we first came out with gaming mice, there were guys saying, hey look, who wants a gaming mouse? We've created industries, we've created categories, we've constantly pushed the envelope of innovation, and that's pretty much what we are at Razer. We like pushing the envelope when it comes down to technology and design, and if Christine works, great. If it doesn't, it's one of those things that we really want to be able to bring to the market and do what gamers really want.
Would you say this is the biggest obstacle you've had so far? Getting Project Christine greenlit, so to speak?
I'm sorry?
Would you say it's your most difficult challenge so far, getting that project off the ground?
I think the biggest challenge is really convincing a lot of the market that the gaming industry is large enough, or the gamers out there are really important for them. Because I think from a commercial perspective, it doesn't necessarily make immediate sense, I think, for many of the brands or OEMs out there. But from a technological, from a design perspective, it's something that we are very passionate about, and we tend to do certain things that may not necessarily make a lot of sense from a commercial perspective at first blush. But that's the challenge for us. It's one of those things that it's an ongoing thing that we really have to work on.
And can you talk about why you're trying to do something like that? Do you feel like that PC building should be easier?
Well, I think we want to make gaming accessible to as many people as possible, and pretty much I think we want to have performance gaming made accessible to anyone. Well, there are lots of guys who say I can build my own PC, and that's true. I can build my own PC. There are many people out there who can build their own PC, but there's also a significant portion of the population that want to get into PC gaming, but may not necessarily have the time or the technical know-how to really get into PC gaming. And that's something that we want to be able to do, to open this up to as many gamers out there as possible.
Have you guys been able to talk to the big, Intel and AMD and NVIDIA and stuff like that?
So, there are talks going on, but I can't really comment on that.
Okay, cool. I look forward to seeing what you guys have to show on that in the coming months.
And I hope to be able to show something to you.
Cool. All right. Thank you, man.
Thank you.